You will not believe her desperate strategy. The left threw everything at Trump during the last election, weaving a web of accusations and narratives that didn't really hold up in the end. Despite their loss, it seems some can't let go of the tired tactics, just like Kathy Griffin. The canceled comedian is using some of those lies in an attempt to reignite her faded career, and today we're covering how Kathy decided to double down on a rhetoric that turned out to be false, and how those lies were created in the first place. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
I'm not out to offend groups. I'm a big ally in the LGBT community, etc. But I still think if it's myself, I can make fun of myself all I want. And so, yeah, I go into some heavy topics, but my motto is funny first. So if I can't make you laugh while I'm talking about it, I don't do it. But I do kind of go back and forth between some stuff because it's been 7 years since my Trump decapitated head photo scandal.
For context, this was during an appearance on Chicago's WGN radio on New Year's Eve. Now, Kathy's an interesting case. First, she faced major backlash after doing her infamous bit of holding a bloody Trump head. She was dropped by CNN, got her show canceled, and the Secret Service was investigating her. It was a major blow to her career, and for a while, she was effectively blacklisted. Fast forward almost 8 years, and now she's trying to stage a comeback with a new stand-up tour. And what better way to get people talking about your return than to stir the pot with some outrageous claims that Trump will send you to a camp because you're on his imaginary enemy list. Genius marketing move, if you ask me. It's hard not to see this as more than a publicity stunt. Kathy knows how to create controversy, and this move managed to generate some headlines for her. And for some reason, Yahoo Entertainment thought this was a joke, and they released an article titled "Kathy Griffin Jokes About Catching Her Show Before Facing Possible Trump Fallout." But it was not a joke, clearly. She just repeated the same thing again a few minutes later.
Look, I'm on the enemies list. That's very obvious. And he was very, very scared when I did a parody photo of him and a Halloween mask with a lot of ketchup. And he brings up my name every chance he gets. But, I've known this fool for 30 years. So when I was at Bravo, which is owned by NBC Universal, he was doing The Apprentice, and I've run into him many times over the years. He was actually friendly with my dear departed friend Joan Rivers, and she won the Celebrity Apprentice.
It's the same level of saltiness we got from Robert De Niro just a few months ago outside of a New York courtroom. To set the record straight, this whole Trump will put his critics in camps has started after Kamala Harris became the Democrat nominee, and it was an ad from her campaign that suggested that he'd do it. And let's not forget how the left loves to twist the narrative by calling border detention centers camps. These facilities are specifically designed to house individuals who cross the border illegally while their cases are being processed. But instead of acknowledging the reality, they slap on the word camp to draw up similarities to the terrible acts of a certain German guy. It's not just misleading, it's straight up fearmongering. They're sensationalizing the issue to create outrage and paint Trump as some kind of a dictator. They bank on people buying into these exaggerated claims without questioning them. It's all about creating a narrative that sticks no matter how far from reality it is, and it's been repeated time and time again, like the one time when Wanda Sykes went on The View to promote her show.
So, Wanda, the other day on this show, we were talking about what happens if Trump gets in, God forbid, and he goes after comedians like us, you and me, and Whoopi, and do you think there's a problem if he gets in for us?
Well, maybe we can share a cell. It could really happen. He could.
Course.
He wants to be a dictator.
He has a sense of humor.
He wants to be a dictator.
Oh, really? That's right.
No.
That's right.
No.
We'll hold her to that.
Yeah,
right. And he's kind and sweet and lovely.
Gotta say, it's pretty bold of Joy to categorize herself and Whoopi as comedians, to be honest.
Comedians like us, you and me, and Whoopi.
You serious?
They did used to be pretty funny, I have to admit, but did you notice what they did here? They threw out their wild accusations, didn't even bother to back it up with any fact, and repeated it more than once. The strategy here is simple. Plant a seed of doubt, let the media run with it, repeat it enough times, and it'll become the truth in the minds of their audience. By the way, I've noticed you haven't liked the video or subscribed to the channel yet, so what are you waiting for? Now, it doesn't matter if it's not factual either. The echo chamber effect can take care of it. But the only thing is they forgot the more and more people choose to stop following the MSM for the past elections and move to independent news sources instead. Even Joy Reid was repeating the same claims, and of course she wouldn't do so without adding her special touch.
We need to have a serious conversation about the state of our democracy because it is lacking. And then the last thing I will say is that if Donald Trump does win, there won't be Democrats go back and figure out how to get more voters and figure out how to change your positions. There will be camps. There will be Project 2025. There could be arrests of people like Adam Schiff. There could be Nancy Pelosi being hauled off to jail. And if you don't think that that's possible, then you really don't understand that there is no American exceptionalism. We're just a country like every other country.
This is beyond hilarious. If Trump had any intention of weaponizing the government to go after his adversaries, wouldn't Hillary Clinton have been the first on his list? During their first term, there was plenty of talk about the lock her up chants from his rallies stemming from her email scandal. Yet despite the rhetoric, Trump announced he wouldn't pursue any legal action against her, even before assuming office. He could have easily directed his Justice Department to dig into her case, but he didn't. If anything, Trump faced relentless investigations, impeachments, and media attacks during his presidency. He didn't retaliate by turning the US into an authoritarian state. Instead, he endured the barrage and fought his battles in the public and legal arenas. And to wrap this all up, I have to share this gem of a clip with you from the same Joy Reid interview, and it'll make you ask yourself, how does she have a job as a political analyst?
My father lived under Mobutu Sese Seko. If you ran against Mobutu Sese Seko's party, you went to jail. That happened in my father's lifetime. Maduro is putting people in jail if on your WhatsApp they find that you're saying things against Maduro. That's happening right now in our neighboring country that wants to invade my mother's country, Guyana, because they have oil. These are happening in our neighborhood. There is no, our democracy is much more like a Latin American democracy than it is like England or Germany or any part of Europe. We are a Latin American country. So everything you see happen in Brazil, Venezuela, it all can happen here.
First of all, the United States is not a Latin American country. Secondly, when someone claims that the United States operates like a democracy in the vein of Latin American countries rather than resembling those in Europe, it's a dead giveaway that they lack a basic understanding of political systems and history. The US isn't even a pure democracy, it's a constitutional republic, a system specifically designed to balance power, protect individual rights, and avoid the pitfalls of the mob rule. Latin American countries often struggle with instability, frequent constitutional overhauls, and populist leaders who exploit democratic structures for personal gain. And on the other hand, European democracies, many of which are parliamentary systems, share philosophical ties with the US, but differ in execution. So, if you can't get these facts straight, how do you become such an important analyst on any side of the political spectrum? I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And by the way, if you want your friends to be as informed as you, please share the video with them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.